Hello, Vincy.
Hi.
What are we going to do today?
We are going to play Time Stories.
What do you know about the game?
I know that it's some kind of detective thing.
Yeah, basically, we are agents in the future, trying to prevent. So you know that story about the butterfly and the man who stepped on the butterfly and then
Yeah.
caused irreversible kind of series of events
Yep.
that changed the future and changed the language of the future
Yep.
because every one event is linked to another.
Yep.
So this is kind of like that, but there
Okay.
is a police force that makes sure that no one steps on the wrong kind of butterfly.
Okay, so it's Quantum Leap.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
Is it good?
okay. It's
I
just
know
really
that-
old. I didn't really watch it when I was a kid. I just remember it was like this guy who kept affecting things in time,
Mm-hmm.
and he was jumping back and forth. So I had the impression that it was like this. Except I'm not really sure who's going to be watching this video because, from what I understand, like this game is like one play only.
Yes, probably people who are not gonna bother and play it. But yes, massive spoilers ahead.
Yeah, so don't watch it if you're.
If you intend to play it, or if it starts getting interesting, I guess.
I don't know, if you decide you want to play it, then
Yep.
I wouldn't watch this video.
It's also a showcase for Tabletop Simulator and to show how the game works in Tabletop
Yeah,
Simulator and the
And
controls here. And
that's what's interesting, I think.
all right, so let me tell you how the game actually works. Well, first of all, let me guide you through the components of the game. Yeah. So the basic components of the game, these tokens, they can be used with different scenarios. The one that you can see in front of you is the asylum scenario. The asylum scenario includes a deck of items. The items correspond to different objects that might be acquiring. All the items in this deck, they're numbered.
Okay. So at the moment it's 25.
I think it's just a random number. I think that it might go up to 30.
Yeah, just put them back.
These A cards correspond to different kinds of locations
Okay.
that we might be exploring throughout the game. They are
Okay.
all here at the top.
Oh yeah, I'd like to say that this is actually my very first look at the game.
Yes. There are 4 plan cards. They would go into this space on the board,
Okay.
and that will be basically a map where we would use this group marker to show which location out of these at the top we're exploring at the moment.
Okay.
Now, moving a group marker is a group decision, so even though we will be controlling different characters, so you'll be controlling one of the characters, I'll be controlling the other.
Oh my god, Bagsy, not her. She looks scary. No, just creepy child.
Yeah, creepy childs galore. So, the movement of this token will have to be a collective decision.
Okay.
We cannot explore different locations at the same time, so we should always move as a group. But
Okay.
within the location,
I wish that happened in Arkham Horror.
within the location, there are different parts of the panorama that you can explore. So, for example, this is the not particularly spoilery. This is our time agency base place.
Okay, so it's just a view.
It's just a view, yeah, but this view consists of separate cards.
Yeah.
And all of these cards can be explored by placing a token that corresponds to your color. So
So
if
is
you're a
it-
blue player, you would place it here, and this is the card you explore. Now,
Okay.
if we had been playing the physical copy of the game, you would technically be responsible for reading the context or paraphrasing the contents of the card to everybody else.
Can we still read it?
Huh? Can we still do it like that? And I would look the other way?
Will it just be annoying?
Nah, it should be unknown. I mean, it might be fun at first, but it'll get old after a
Okay,
while.
fine.
These might present us with some tasks and challenges. Sometimes these might be even locked, and
Okay.
to unlock them, we'll need to either have a particular character under our control.
Okay.
The characters, by the way, are called receptacles, because basically you're not traveling through time; your mind is. So you are occupying somebody else.
No, this is Quantum Leap. Like, this is exactly Quantum Leap. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Premise is quite Easy
Yeah.
to understand.
Sometimes you would gain one of these. You'd see on the locked location one of these symbols here,
Mm-hmm.
and these symbols are basically indicators of particular state. So something changed in the world, as far as I understand, and you'd use that token. And if that token is in possession of the group, then you can get access to that sealed location.
Okay.
So basically, it's tracking what I think they're just used to track what has happened, what kind of changes have occurred in the world, and they will
Okay.
give you access. In these locations, as we explore them, we'll have particular tasks, and the task will be graded according to the difficulty.
Okay.
The difficulty is indicated by these shields. So
Okay.
this is a normal shield, and it's just one difficulty. Now 2.
Are you sure it's 2?
Yep.
Okay, that's 2. Okay.
If we're not sure, you can just do this.
Okay.
There is a shield that has a skull in it that indicates danger.
So how much danger there is?
Yeah. There's a shield with a heart that kind of threat to your health, but not kind of immediate danger. Well, I'll explain how it works in a second. A shield with a shield, because your dog, we heard you like shields.
Mm-hmm. Are you putting these down like so it's not above our face?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
And this one will deal damage to time we've got left to explore.
So we run out of time.
After the difficulty is set, the difficulty will be indicated on the card, and these shields will have to be placed
Okay.
at that location, maybe something like that.
Permanently or?
Well, then you will try and take time
Mm-hmm.
of using your TUs. TU stands for
Time units.
time units. Absolutely right. Using your TUs
Imagination. Hello.
to roll. For example, if it's a challenge, and it's a combat challenge, and this character, for example, has combat skill of
3.
3, then you take 3 dice, you put them together, and you roll.
Okay.
All of these hits
Again,
eliminate shields.
Mind the
hmm
thing on the bottom right.
All of these, all of these hits eliminate shields. Once
Okay.
all the shields are gone, you can get the whatever the
It is
reward
done.
is.
Okay.
However, if you see a skull, then this skull is combined with a red skull that's still left.
Okay.
And
so now
that's-
it's 2.
Now it's 2, and that number is compared against your resistance
Okay.
of 4.
Yeah.
If the number of the red skulls is higher than your resistance number, you take 1 damage to your health indicated on the character card here.
Okay. So this guy has 2 health,
2 health, yeah.
4 resistance,
Mm-hmm.
3 fight, and 2 talkiness conversations.
Glibness, I think it's called in this particular scenario. Let me double check. Yep.
How often do you say, "Oh, he's very glib"? It's a name.
Glib.
Glib.
Okay, I think that's the main mechanic of the game, of kind of conflict resolution and anything else. There could be, for example, 2 players
Okay.
at a particular location, and they can kind of chip away at these shields together.
Okay. Would their skills combine?
They will have to make their separate rolls.
Okay. So it's okay.
The heart, if the heart is here at the end of the time unit, then everybody suffers 1 damage to health.
What?
Tough.
It's a damage.
Yeah, 1 damage to
Thought
health.
It was like you
Regardless of the red skulls.
Get yeah, I thought it was you get a heart.
No, it's bad. It's bad stuff.
You
This
shouldn't really confuse people by putting hearts on bad things.
this will deal damage to you, the time units you've got left. So it's a race against, pardon the pun, time. And this will kind of decrease the time that you've got to solve whatever mystery that you're trying to solve.
Get it?
And the last one was this one. This will trigger some scenario specific thing.
Okay. So
So
we don't know what it is.
we don't know what it is right now.
Is it still bad?
probably.
So basically, everything on the shields is bad,
Yes.
and
So shields are there to be destroyed.
I see. Okay, then that kind of makes sense
Because you want to see those shields gone. If you die,
you
if
want
you
to see those shields protect you.
no, there's not
Like, okay.
not
fine.
that kind of shield. If you're gone, then let's say we are on turn 15, and we've got 15 time units left. Then
Yes.
the character, your token thingy,
Yes.
is placed 7 units
behind.
behind the token. So then you'll continue without that character until you reach this point, and then you can rejoin the game as your receptacle with all your life points intact.
Okay.
Sometimes the game will instruct you to access items, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Well, let me describe how the game turns work. So, first we'll choose a particular location to go to on the map.
Yep.
Then we'll show the panorama. Then each individual player will decide where to go on that panorama. They might go
Okay.
to the same place, they might go to different places. Then, after they decided, then they get to spend their turn,
Okay.
the time unit. And in
Yep.
that time unit they can do the test, or they can change the location. If you change the location, then you need to roll this time die, and it'll show you the cost of movement from one location to another.
So how long it'll take to get from one place
Yep.
to the next? Yeah, fine.
Okay, ready to start?
Sure. Okay.
One more thing.
Do we get to choose characters?
The game, the rules give you no indication. They just tell you to set up this thing like this, with the base card here and with the base panorama here.
Okay.
We don't place our tokens at the top. We just go through them one by one. In case of a successful completion of the mission, we get to see the back of this card.
Okay.
Depending
Different types of fails.
different types of fails. Yeah, of course these will be revealed when we fail, which we probably will
Fine.
in our first try. Okay. Any other questions?
Not really.
Okay.
I think it's pretty clear.
Hmm.